So not only have you been asked to be a chaperone at ICYC, you're also going to be asked to be a small group leader. And I have some tips that I think will be useful for you if this is your first time doing it, or maybe if you've been in small groups before and honestly you struggle through them. Number one is that we just want to know the purpose of small groups. We're there to process information, and number two, we're there to build relationships. It's going to give, by having moments for us to have small groups through the day on Saturday and Friday night, you are going to have time to connect with your kids that otherwise you may not see them all day long or have that close conversation with them all day long. So that it's an opportunity to connect with them. The second thing to look at is what our role is. And our role is to be a facilitator. Our job is not to give another talk or to make a comment, give commentary on everybody's answer, but rather facilitate the sharing that the young people are going to do based on where we are with the retreat or the conference. The other piece is we're encouragers, we're affirmers. So a young person shares something in a small group, we say, Bobby, I just want to thank you for sharing that. That was great, you know. Or if they say something that's a little weird or whatever, still affirm them. I want to thank you for sharing how you felt about that. We're just going to affirm. Another thing that we do is ties into what I said before. We're going to minister to them, and a lot of that's just going to be with these things on the side of our head by listening to them and encouraging them. And then most likely that'll lead to some other conversations we can have later on with them in the weekend. Okay, some tips about small groups. I already said that we do not want to give another talk or make commentaries on everything the kids say. We just facilitate. One good thing to do would be open your group with a prayer. Whether you do it or someone in your group, ask them, when you lead us in prayer before we start our group. And another tip is, for you, once you know who's in your small group, have these set up before you go. That's a side tip. Be praying for the young people in your small group. When you want to encourage everyone to share just for themselves. What you want to try to steer away from is having people in the group giving advice or counsel to each other. When it's their turn to talk, they share about themselves. So your job again is to facilitate that. Another thing I would say is, the last thing I'll say is, get in a good spot to minimize distractions. So when you have that opportunity to go to small groups, go and find a spot that's not a high traffic spot. You know, get yourself in a good spot where you can have those conversations. So those are just a few things that I think will help you along the way being a small group leader at ICYC.